So God bless you and thank you for joining me today. I promised we were going to talk about those ashes, those cremation ashes that people have on their mantle. I want to be as respectful as I possibly can. I understand that perhaps some people feel closer to a family member. This is something that I've been thinking about since late September or early October of 2023 and looking at scripture. If you've been with me a while, remember in our walk through the book of Jasher when we did part 6. And if you remember, there was this section where Rachel stole her father's images. Now, I'm not saying anybody is doing what Laban did, but if you remember, they had to take the hair off the head and salt it and oil it and then make this small tablet of copper or gold and write the name and put it under the tongue. Remember all that craziness? And then Laban would light it up and bow down before it. And I'm not saying any of us are doing that, but that's what really got me thinking about, should we be keeping these cremation ashes, etc., in our homes? So I'm not talking about the process of cremation. I'm not talking about potentially sprinkling them. I'm talking about keeping them. So understand, the ground can be frozen several months of the year, and so that can be a delay. I know that having an urn costs substantially less than traditional burial. And you might not be able to even sprinkle where you live. There might be laws against that. And then, of course, we have parents who are making these demands for their children, such as, I'm 85 now, and when I'm gone, I want you to take my ashes and sprinkle them in this place that I went when I was 7 that I really liked. I never went back, but I want you to do that for me. So we have family members maybe keeping ashes, trying to fulfill some request of their parents, etc. And it's not about the process of cremation. It is about keeping those ashes. So let's start off here looking at Genesis. This is 23 verses 2 through 5. It says this: And Sarah died in Kiribatha, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham went to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. Abraham rose up from beside his dead and said to the Hittites, I am a stranger and an alien residing among you. Give me property among you for my burying place, so that I may bury my dead out of my sight. The Hittites answered Abraham, and here it is in verse 6. They say this: Hear us, my Lord, you are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our burial places. None of us will withhold you from any burial ground for burying your dead. Let's go on to Genesis 25. This is 9 and 10. Abraham has died. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephron, son of Zohar the Hittite, east of Mamre, the field that Abraham purchased from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. So we're going to go on now to Genesis 49, verses 30 and 31. In the cave of the field of Machpelah near Mamre in the land of Canaan, in the field that Abraham bought from Ephron the Hittite as a burial site. There Abraham and his wife Sarah were buried. There Isaac and his wife Rebekah were buried, and there I buried Leah. So I also want to tell you that in 2 Samuel, we see in 21 verses 12 through 14 that David takes the bones of Saul and his son Jonathan and he buries them. So I understand all of the financial implications, and I want to be gentle and respectful, but I don't think that we need to be keeping these ashes. Now, tomorrow in the video, I have additional scripture verses for you, but I don't think that we should be keeping these ashes, and I think that they should be buried, despite the financial repercussions of it, because I don't think we see any examples in scripture of anybody keeping anything like this. And I understand the cost, and I understand people feeling closer to family members, but from everything that I've showed you so far, everyone is buried. I hope you join me tomorrow. Armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.